Hey guys, welcome back. Stian here with another YouTube tutorial. Today I'm gonna show you how to make this tree here in Adobe Fresco. It was surprisingly easy. The one that we're gonna make is probably gonna look a little bit better than this one, TBH. But anyway, without further ado, as they say, here we go. So I'm just going to use a basic square in case we want to post it on Instagram later. Right, so it's super crazy simple. You just want to go into effects. So the brushes here are really cool. You can even make your own brushes in Adobe Photoshop. That's one way that I streamline my digital painting process. It really helps. Anyway, here we go. So you want to make sure that the opacity will flow is 100%, and then got a good brush size, not too pixelated. And then choose. You can just keep it on black because we're going to do a little bit of magic later. Right, here we go. Oh, you see that? Already looks like a tree. Do a little bit of speckling here, just tippy tap tap. It's a good shape to this tree. Don't know what kind of tree that we're trying to create. Maybe a birch tree. I don't even know what a birch tree looks like. Just a few off to the side. Like this. Okay, that's enough. Right. Now we're going to make a new layer. Go back to this layer. I'm going to mask the contents of that layer, and then we're going to go in and copy that mask, and then we're going to paste the mask onto this new layer. Paste that mask there. Great. Now get rid of those ones because, anyway. And then we're going to keep this brush and then go on to green for the leaves, because leaves are green obviously most of the time. And then we're just gonna paint over the tree. As I said, really simple. So we've just essentially made the equivalent of a clipping mask. It would have been real easy if there was a clipping mask function. I'm not sure if that's possible. Please let me know if it is. Anyway, so now that we've got that, we're going to make a new layer, and then we're going to paste that mask again on this layer. Except for this one, we're going to make this one a little bit darker. About that much darker, a lot darker. And then we're going to lower the flow just around about here ways. And then we're going to use the same brush just to paint in some shadows. So this side's going to be real dark. Down here it's going to be real dark. In the middle is probably going to be real dark as well. So it doesn't look perfect, but from a distance it will look like a real tree. And that's always what you want to be doing as an artist, is just tricking people into thinking that something is what it isn't. And actually, I think what we're going to do is make another layer here, but no mask on this one. We're just going to go in and cover some of these holes in here, because we won't need so much of that, because there'll probably be leaves in the way of those holes. See, it looks much better. We just maybe make it a little bit lighter, and then go in and fill that in there. It's just trying to imagine it in a 3D environment. our brains are a pretty complex simulation engine. They're pretty good at that kind of thing if you've got enough life experience. Right. Looks okay. Now we're going to go back to doing the shadows. So we'll go back to this color and just do a few more shadows. Even on this back layer, I'll just darken that up because we don't want to. Yeah, and then we'll just erase some of the bits that we don't want, like those two dark bits there. Yeah, so obviously that looks awful. It's fine. Anyway, now what we're going to do is, you guessed it, make another layer, and then you guessed it again, put another mask on that layer, and this is going to be the highlight layer. So what we're going to do is, we're going to select this first green that we had. We're going to make it a little bit more green, and then, because what happens with highlights and shadows and stuff is, we didn't do it with the shadow, but we're going to do it with the highlight. So they tend to get a little bit warmer in color. So we're just going to head to the warmer end of the spectrum, just over here, and then we're gonna obviously paint in the highlights, not with the eraser though. Just a little bit over there, just tippy tapping it in, maybe over the darker bits a little bit, and then make sure that the top is really, really dark, and then even on the other end, because you've got ambient light and stuff, and it's outside, so it's pretty bright. We'll just put a few minutes more in there, and then we're going to do the spec lights. So same thing, but this time we're going to go really bright, like maybe even white, and then a little bit warmer. Okay, get rid of that. And we're going to lower the flow a little bit, just so we get a more of a gradual increase in brightness. Yeah, that's the word. Alright then. It's looking pretty good. Okay, now we're going to make the bark. So because we did this in about like 5 minutes or whatever, we're just going to merge everything just because we don't want it to be too big of a file, and we can do this in another 5 minutes pretty easily. So we're just going to make a new layer and put it on the bottom, and then we're just going to, I haven't really mastered this one yet, but we're just going to work on the trunk now. So we're going to use clouds. I know that doesn't really make sense at the moment, but hopefully it works out. We'll just make sure that the opacity is, the flow is 100%. Wow, I keep saying opacity. Anyway, so we just make that a bit smaller. Right, so obviously this is the wrong brush, but we're just gonna go back after this and choose a better brush to go over the edges. At this point, the middle doesn't really matter. We just wanted to quickly make a bark texture, but didn't really work out. So we're just gonna go maybe in dry media. Maybe the soft pastel, we'll try that, And then increase the flow, because it's the flow, not the opacity. Okay. We're just going to make that a bit smaller. Alright, it's looking a bit better. Yeah, we might have to manually add the detail. Sometimes you have to do that, you know. Life isn't easy all the time. Ooh. No, don't want that. Gonna erase a little bit of that. And then, yeah, we're gonna go back over it. Just define the shape a little bit more. Make the base of the trunk a bit wider. Then we're just gonna go ahead and make it smaller, just so that we can get the right shape for the bottom of the roots. Right, it's looking just fine. Yeah, looking about just fine. Okay, just do some side branches. Just a couple, we don't need to go crazy. Just about like so. Right, okay, now, again, we're going to mask the layer contents, and then we're going to make another layer, and then we're going to, oh wait, no, we forgot to copy the mask. Okay, copy a mask, paste that mask, and then this is going to be our shadow layer, so just like last time, except we're going to do a little bit different, so make that darker, and then we're going to scoot this on over to the darker side of the spectrum. The colder side of the spectrum, sorry, not darker. Righto. Now we're just gonna use the same brush but lower the flow. Doesn't really matter. And then we're gonna start at the most obvious place where the leaves hide the trunk. So don't worry about the look of it at this stage, because we're gonna go and refine it later. What we want now is just to get the basic shading done. So just try and visualize where the sun is, and like imagine how the shadow is gonna cast and stuff like that. Yes, it's going to be quite dark in here. And we're going to lower the opacity again just to get some texture going, and then we're just going to jangle it up a little bit. Yeah, that's the right word for it. Yeah, just jangle it up. You see that bark texture is coming through now nicely. Starting to look about 10% like a tree. And that's enough. Oh, a bit too far there. Okay. Just a little bit slower. Just gradually adding I was about to say flavor. I just did say flavor. Yeah, just gradually adding the flavor in. So now that we've got the shadow of the bark texture in there, we might just go and add the highlights. But this time we might use like an effect. Change the what you call it. You'll see. Anyway, paste the layer again, and then this is going to be the highlight layer. Go higher on here. Oh, first select the normal. Go a little bit lighter. Go up here a bit actually. And then, so what I was talking about was we go on these settings, and then we might just go multiply and see what that does. Blend mode, that's what it is. Blend mode. Righto. So make sure the right layer is selected. You don't want to be painting on the wrong layer. I've done that before. Very annoying. So if you forgot, like what I do, I know I told you in my last videos, but I'll just explain it for anyone else who hasn't seen my videos before. So I'm a professional digital artist and comedian on the side, except for the comedian bit. And yeah, I've been doing it for about professionally for about 5 years, I think. First time I did some digital work for a client was when I was 17, a long time ago. It looked terrible. I won't tell you what book it is, because I don't want you to go and look it up. And we're just gonna paste it there. And then we're gonna do more shadows and just go real black there. Yeah, so I do like characters for a client who lives here in New Zealand. They're like kind of like space age characters. I can't tell you too much because then they'd have to kill me. Well, that was just a joke, except for the bit that I can't tell you, because I can't, because I signed a contract, because it's all like confidential. It's like spy stuff. So yeah, anyway. So you can see the pieces coming together real nicely. Like I didn't actually think it was going to work, to be honest. I'm kind of experimenting as I'm doing this tutorial. But you know, that's the nature of life and nature, I guess. You just always experimenting. But it works pretty well. I mean, you know, my technique. Not to toot my own horn. Oh no. That's why you shouldn't be proud. God opposes the proud. Right, this looking alright. Yeah, so now we're just going to do a distance test. So if it looks like a tree from a distance, you've done right. Yep. Still looks reasonably alright from this distance. Okay, cool. And thank you everyone for watching my tutorial. Just hit subscribe and ring the bell if you want. I don't know. and have a great day. I love you. I mean, yeah.